I'm Aishi Chemtong.
And I'm Dhimal from grade 5 of JMES.
Today we are going to brief our ISA project entitled The First Citizen of Damak, Dhimal community. The type of project is 20% of local curriculum and it focuses on SDG number 11, that is Sustainable Cities and Communities.
Dhimal community is the unique indigenous community of Damak. They are inhabitants of Damak since more than 1847 BS. That is why they have been considered as the first citizen of Damak. They have their own typical language, culture, tradition. In this project, we explored in detail about our local community, that is Dhimal community. We started our project with an orientation session with some special guests through Zoom. Dr. Som Dhimal sir provided us information about Dhimal community, their unique culture, dress, profession and many more. Similarly, in other Zoom sessions, another guest speaker, Ratna Dhimal sir, also shared information about Dhimal community in more detail.
As the topic is framed as local curriculum, the question about Dhimal community was also asked in our examination. Similarly, in activity number 2, we were able to appear for the physical session about Dhimal dress, where our teacher demonstrated us about the dress of Dhimal and the beautiful unique ornaments of Dhimal. We learned about the different types of dresses worn by Dhimals and their ornaments. We also visited Than, which is the temple of Dhimal. We could observe different gods and goddesses worshipped by the Dhimal community. The people of the Dhimal community worship elephants, horses, so they don't destroy their crops and agricultural land. We were lucky that the priests there showed us the god and goddesses they worship.
Similarly, we also learned about the unique Dhimal food such as bagya and chichiri. In our school canteen, we got an opportunity to get involved in preparing chichiri and bagya. It was very interesting and we enjoyed making the food. I loved the taste of bagya and chichiri. After knowing about our project, we were invited in the Dhimal Food Festival for a presentation. We presented about Dhimal community, their rich culture, food, ornaments, tradition among the big mass of people. I was very frightened at first to present in such a big stage, but we presented well.
Similarly, we did a survey among the Dhimal women to know the status of the Dhimal women, and we had very surprising finding. Among all the women respondents, 75% of them were uneducated, followed by the percentage of those women who passed SCE or SLC, that is 15%. Very few women were educated in that Dhimal community. Similarly, we also found that most of them were working as housewives.
Next, we learned about the contribution provided by Damak municipality to Dhimal community to preserve and conserve their local and unique community. This information was provided by Ratna Dhimal sir through Zoom. We got to know that Damak municipality recognized Dhimal community as the first citizen of Damak. The municipality have built homestays to promote local tourism and to flourish the culture. They have also given financial support to build Gramthan. For employability, municipality has also given vocational training to them. We showed the contribution in a chart.
Not only this, we learned about one of the indigenous group of Australia, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders and their culture and lifestyle. I didn't know that the indigenous people in Australia are dark-skinned and are very unique of its own. After learning about indigenous group of Australia, we did a comparative study of indigenous group of Damak and that of Australia. One of the similarities of both the indigenous culture was that they both rely on fishing and hunting as the oldest profession, and both the profession has now got involved in agriculture.
We also learned about the Australian indigenous art known as dot art. It is the kind of art done by Australian indigenous people just by using dot. Usually they portray animals using the dot. Through YouTube videos, we made dot arts and presented in the class. The art was very fun.
Through this project, we have learned about Damak and Australian indigenous groups, culture and tradition. Although we are from Damak, we knew very little about Dhimal community. We should learn about these cultures to preserve them in future.